Hey everyone, welcome back to Bros and Shows. I am your host Josiah, aka Mahler67, and with me, as always, I got my buddy, I got my pal, I got my brother Austin. Austin, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't really complain. Had a very pretty good weekend. Played Magic on Friday night. Won 2 out of the 3 games. One of them I should have won. They legitly pitied me until I suddenly became an instant problem and they couldn't solve. And then I was like, I'm sorry, guys. You guys pitied me, which was nice that you pitied me, but at the same time, it was like, come on, guys, just kill me off. Like, why are you keeping me around if you guys are just kind of playing with me? And then suddenly I played something, and they're like, oh no, we can't stop him now. And then I'm like, I don't know what happened. um, and then on Saturday, I did my changeling alert. We had it here at the house. I thought it went good. Um, Even though I had it here, I still didn't go to bed till about 5 in the morning because come after we finished around 12, uh, we ended up, like, everyone ended up staying. We were just sitting there talking for like the next 2 to 3 hours. And then I got Junie on a conversation about Homestuck and like different animes that she was into, and she went on a huge lore talk about some like ancient beef from Comic-Cons long past. And once she started, Mike looked at me like, "Dear God, no!" And they were trying to leave at like 12, and then that ended up lasting longer. And I was like, "Oh no, I shouldn't have asked. I'm sorry. I wanted to go to bed on time, like at a decent time tonight, because I didn't have to drive or go anywhere, but I'm still leaving at 4 in the morning. Dear gosh." But woke up today, spent the whole day basically watching Invincible, finishing it up, and it's all fresh in my mind, and I can talk about it. How was your weekend, Austin?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Let's just say it was a lot. So I actually had I had a couple things going on. So I had on like Thursday, I went to go get a go kart because I wrecked mine. So I was like, hey, I'll just find the same go kart because the parts are discontinued, so I couldn't like repair like the damage that I had on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh well, I'll have to go look for one. Well, I went to go do that, but then I remembered a guy that I did respite for. He had 2 go karts. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, if you ever think about selling those, you should, I'm looking to, how much. And so I got 2 go karts for the price of like half the price of what I was going to pay for the other one. And I was like, oh, I should just swap everything over. It'll be fine. Cause like, our next race is Thursday. So I'll be racing on Thursday night. And then I've been doing all that. And then last night, yesterday, we went to Buckeye Country Music Fest in
Mm-hmm.
Columbus at the Ohio Stadium. So I got to see Sierra Farrell, Red Clay Strays, and Tyler Childers. Which, if anyone, if why I wanted to go see Tyler Childers is because I had an opportunity to go see him in October of last year. But at the time that it was going on, my dad was going through like a lot of health problems, and so I didn't feel it was necessary for me to leave because I was more concerned with like one, my mother, and then plus my dad. And I just wanted to make sure that I was here for them in case they needed me.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I'm just going to skip the concert. And so I skipped it and didn't go, me and my wife. And so then we decided, hey, we're going to go this time. So I got to go. It was a lot of fun. Very busy, very busy. Parking was, we decided not to park. I went to my buddy Colton's house and parked at his house and then just lifted to the concert because parking was like $100. And I was like, that's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. Like $100 just to park for 4 hours. That's ridiculous. When I could pay Lyft $20 a piece, like, one way there, one way back. So I was like, we'll just do that. So I went there last night, had a lot of fun, got back at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, man, I am worn out. I am an old man. Like cause like we stayed until like half through his set, like Tyler's set. And then I was like, hey, I want to go home. And Sid was like, no, don't go home. We should stay. And I was like, Sid, it's just, I'm tired. Like, I'm ready to go home. Like, I got to listen to the songs that I wanted him to play, and I'm good. Like, I can go home. So we did that yesterday. And then today I had a lot of stuff going on where I had to get a new seat for the go-kart, and I had to go pick up some other seats for the other go-kart that I got. And someone had a deal on a Facebook Marketplace, so I went up there to like Mansfield, and then I went to Shelby for the go-kart seat that I was looking for, and then came home and just hung out. Like, started burning some of the wood that we had like that storm last week when I was in Pittsburgh, and there was a lot of like branches and stuff down. So like I was burning a whole bunch of that wood, and then all of a sudden it just started pouring down rain. I was like, oh well, it worked out. We got some of it done. But overall, and then I just cooked, and I hung out with a buddy, a buddy of mine. So yeah, is what it is. Well, hung out with a buddy. I work with him, but he's like my buddy. So we just hung out and watched some Daredevil, actually, because I don't know, I haven't had anything that I really been wanting to watch, and so like I was just strolling through, and I was like, yeah, I haven't watched season 2 yet. So, and then that's led us to what we're going to watch next week. So that's a lot of fun. But overall, it pretty much what it is. Like I had a busy weekend. I got a busy weekend coming up here too. I got Toy Story coming out. My wife wants to go see. And then the week after I come out to Pittsburgh for a baseball game with my wife and you. So, and it's $1 dog night. So I'm going to eat them dogs. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much been my weekend. So, and I started my summer job too. Like I started at the Y this last week. So I've been doing a lot of that, getting out, going to the pool, stuff like that, hanging out. So yeah, it's a lot.
That's kind of crazy. Has the Y been good?
Oh yeah, I love
your
that.
Basic stuff.
Yeah, it's cool because like the thing is like on Thursday we do like a lot of group stuff, and the kids love. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but like there's a thing that like kids have been playing for the last 10 years. I never even heard of it until like I went to camp, and then they started playing it, and I was like, oh, and they're like, oh yeah, we play it all the time. And it's called Gaga Ball. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No, I don't know that. So
Gaga Ball is like a pit, and it's like they play it on, they make this pit, and it looks like a circle pretty much, and everyone gets in the pit, and they take like a dodgeball, like a rubber ball, and they hit it, and if it hits below your knee down to your foot, if it hits anything there, you're out. And if you knock the ball out, then everyone comes back in, and then you can't double tap the ball, so like you can like hit it off the wall. So like you see a lot of kids like just tapping off the wall, and then they'll hit someone with it. So yeah, that's usually the thing. But they lately, last year I instilled a little game called Austin Ball, which is Mr. Austin Ball, that's what they call it. And what it is like instead of doing the regular out rules, I give them 2 questions and they can get back in. And so the first question is always like super simple for the kiddos. But I told him that I was like, the first question's easy and get you back in, but the second question is super hard. So I've been doing riddles with them. So it's pretty funny because like a lot of them get so upset, but then they want to know the answer. They're like, what is it? And then they hear it. They're like, oh man. So it's like, yeah, it's funny. So I've been doing that with them. A lot of fun. So yeah, it's been going good. I enjoy my job there. Have a lot of fun. A lot of kids, a lot of kids there. Or at least we have like I think like 45 to 50 kids. So
does the number kind of go up and down? throughout the summer,
Yeah,
or okay.
constantly. Because like there's people that do pay for the camp, and there's a lot of them that get scholarships to come to camp. So we constantly are at capacity. So, and even if like someone says, "Hey, we can't make it this week," they will give the spot to someone else. Like they'll call their parents and be like, "Hey, are you looking for someone? Like, do you want this kid can go to the camp this week?" So they'll do that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Like we constantly are at capacity and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy working there. So
Pretty good, man.
Mhm.
Talking about summer camp, let's talk about something else that has nothing to do with summer camp, but pretty good too. Austin, what did you think of Invincible season 4?
So
that was such a hard pivot turn.
Yeah,
I was like, oh. Yeah, I looked at the time and saw it was already 9:20. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Austin. Let's go.
Yeah. No, so I know where we're at in the comics.
Okay.
Because I know what's about to happen. This is like season 5 is going to be wild. Because especially how they ended season 4 here. Because like we finally get introduced to Thrag, and like he's like this unstoppable Viltrumite, and he's just crazy. And the thing is like I thoroughly enjoyed this, but I will say I think I was getting burned out a little bit by Invincible, just because the thing was like,
you mean like this season?
Yeah, it just felt like it drug on a little bit too long than it should have, because like I felt that like they could have covered a little bit more ground in the comic here, but I think they also kind of duped us with kind of like how House of Dragons has done it, where it's like, hey, this big fight's about to happen, but we're gonna save that for like next season. And I kind of feel like that because like one of the parts that I loved in the comics is coming up in season 5, because that's where they left it off at. And so they kind of hinted at it at the end of it, and I was like, oh, okay, there it is. Like, but then I was like, well, gotta wait. But I know that Amazon has really learned their lesson with like letting fans wait for Invincible, because like season 2 dropped off a lot because of how long it was until they put out new content.
Yeah, they just took too long here.
Yeah, and so like season 3 and 4 were evenly paced. So I enjoyed season 4. I thought it was great. It was a lot of character development, but I also felt like it was like paced not very well, because I don't know. I know it from like someone that's looking in from it that hasn't read it. They're like, oh, okay, this is okay, and like I get it, but for me as like a comic book guy that have read all of Invincible, I'm like, man, like this is just a tease season, and because it just gets wild from here, and that and some of the storylines that they did really well. I was really happy that they did the whole hell fighting episode. That episode is hilarious because I did not know who played the devil until the end of the episode, and then I laughed. It was Bruce Campbell.
Oh, okay.
Ash Williams himself played the devil. And and I love not Tom Clancy, Clancy Brown. Anytime Clancy Brown's in something voice acting wise, I love Clancy Brown, and he reprised his role as the demon that was the detective again. I think this also was a good turning point, because you are starting to see like some people that want to do good, and then some people that that they should be doing good but they're not, and like it switches villain roles a lot in this season, where one minute you're like, is this person like a good person for doing this, and then they kind of do the whole Viltrumite thing where it's like, there's only 50 left, and they're like, what? And then you find out that there's like this huge plague that happens and all this that actually killed like a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I mean, well, it kind of made sense that there was only 50 left, because it's like, if they're this strong and there's like a whole plant of them, how have they not just went straight to the plant of it and just murdered everything?
Yeah. Yeah, but what did you think about season 4? Because I'd like to hear your input because you haven't read the comics at all, and I kind of want to see like where someone's coming from because I haven't really talked to anyone about this. Because anyone that hasn't read the comics that has just watched the show. So.
I liked it. I thought it was well done. I actually liked the pacing of this season. Sometimes when I'm watching Invincible, I feel like threats come too quickly and they are dealt with only after the threat was present, and you don't really have time to stew in the threat of the threat, you know? I liked the Hell episode. One, because like Hell is just very comical, it seems. Like all that stuff is just kind of funny. Like when Invincible just kept punching the one woman and kicking her and everything just to, it's like, how do we stop her from regenerating? And she's just like, screw you, and then she just leaves. It's like, all right, well, if she comes back, just let me know, I guess. But like we get him to come back to his old colors, which I kind of prefer the old colors than the new colors, like the black and blue, because like I assume they intend this, but it kind of gives like a weird edge boy look to him.
Yeah.
And I don't really like edgy superheroes who's like, I'm going to be evil and whatnot, but like also good, but also evil, and at the same time there's also times where he like makes good decisions and then he's all choked up about making that good decision. Yeah. On top of all that,
reframe. I want to know like what good decision, because there is a decision that I was always conflicted with in the comic.
Like for instance, him killing the one hive mind dude. Okay. Like I'm like, that's a good decision. That thing was at 1%, and it's like he was an innocent person, and it's just like an innocent person, yes. But when something like parasitically jumps on you, you can't, like, I hate to say it, like you have to protect the whole of the world, you know? Okay. And because like that integrity thing was at 1%, he hears it counting down, like everyone hears it counting down. The one speedster is going as fast as he is. The only thing I would give him as a negative is the fact that he didn't grab the guy and then fly towards the other guy. Like the guy's flying to him, he has him, and he could have just grabbed him and flew him and like reduced the time it would take, but instead he's holding it, waiting or something like that. Unless he couldn't pick him up and move, or if like maybe he didn't hear the time or stuff. Like from what I saw, I'm like, he had seconds, he did what he had to do, because if he didn't, they all would have escaped, they could have infected the next person, and they move on, right? I'm like, that was a good decision, you know? Even if like other people were kind of giving flack, to the point where even Monster Girl and Robot was kind of like, you know, he's kind of right. If we just keep letting them go, sooner or later they are going to kill us, and then we won't be there to stop them doing worse. And it's like, yeah, no, I mean, you give people so many chances, and then once so many chances go, it's over. Those things are acidic monsters. You can't really give those things chances. Because it's like, well, we have to give it a chance. It's like, I mean, I guess you could consider like the last 5 planets they destroyed and occupied were their chances. They could have stopped any part of that, but they didn't. So you gotta do what you gotta do, because they don't care. Like, they won't change. They won't morph or rebrand or anything. And like he has that feeling also with like the Viltrumites, and I know like the Viltrumites also have like conflicting feelings, even though they're all like super hard beings. They're like, we have to kill each other, and only the strongest survives and everything. They still do and make decisions that are just like, why though? Why? Like in the end, wherever Thrag decides not to kill Nolan and Invincible, and he's like, there's just too few of us, we shouldn't even do it, let's go. And I'm just like, why? They've made it proven that they are willing to destroy your planet and anyone to protect everyone else. That's a bad decision on your part, because but the dinosaur made the same proclamation to Invincible earlier in the series, where it's like, you save one person and then 1,000 more die the day after, type of thing, and then 1,000 more after the, like, each time or whatnot. And I'm like, the Rex is just going to kill off the rest of his teammates because he lets them live. Just kill them now, get it over with, then go do what the plan that you have in your head now. Like, there wouldn't be anything to stop you then. Like, what's the point of this? It doesn't make that much sense. Other than, like, Thrag believing he can rehabilitate Nolan and Mark into that, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think he can. And I don't think it doesn't seem like he thinks he can. He's like, look, we're gonna go on that planet and we're gonna have sex with all the humans we can do. We're gonna repopulate our planet. You can't say shit. If you say anything, we're just gonna murder everyone and destroy the planet. Because you brought this on, because you destroyed our planet. And it's like, I mean, yeah, okay. Well, why even tell them? Why not just exist on the planet and do it anyways? They couldn't find you. And then it's like, yeah, if they would have killed Mark and them, they could have had on the planet more. It's stupid. It would be different. I could see it differently if something was special about Mark that they acknowledged there. Obviously, Mark is going to be special. Like, he's going to surpass his dad. There's going to be some, like, type of, like, Dragon Ball Z kind of crap where, like, a half-breed Super Saiyan is stronger than a full-breed Super Saiyan type level stuff, and it's something about humanity that makes them stronger or whatnot. Obviously, that's going to be a thing, but if they would have pointed that out before, him not killing him would make a little more sense to me. Because then it would be like, if this is what something could become if we breed with these humans, we should keep him around to find out his limitations. Because he's the future of the Viltrumite Empire. Let's hit up the Earth chicks, you know, and then they go. But, like, as currently stands, there's no reason to keep Norland around, other than that he has some type of connection with him that he didn't want to kill him. Or he has some connection with Mark, and he didn't want to kill him. We don't know what that connection is, if there is one or if there isn't. I'm just saying that I wish it was a little more foretelling on that. Because I assume, because, like, it's a comic book already done, they've already explained or put all that stuff together. And we'll either learn about it later, or it's not going to be a thing. But I was like, outside of that, like, I was fine with the whole season. I will say there is one thing that gets kind of annoying. And this is just something that I get annoyed about in every superhero medium thing I watch. And that is power scaling inconsistency.
Yeah.
Like, we see Nolan, like, get punched in the face by, like, one person, right? Doesn't do anything to him. He gets punched in the face by Thrag or something like that. He becomes, like, very bloody, right? Freaking everyone does, like, the paper hand clip trick. I noticed that this season, like, the Viltrumites love just, like, people. Like, they did it to Nolan, they did it to Mark, they did it to like multiple people. They were just like, acha, acha, everything's dead. But, like, what is different about this to this in the process of them, you know? How come this can punch through Nolan and Invincible and everything, go through them, but this isn't? And I know that there's a possibility of, like, aerodynamicness, right? Like, this versus this. But then you also see, like, bones can break. Hands can break. So Thrag punching him versus stabbing with him Are they just not stabbing people because they want them to suffer or live or something like that? That's not really established. They're just kind of like, we're strong, so we're gonna do this. Why even do that? Furthermore, why the freak is that one girl with the dagger hair even around still? She's not even using her like fists or anything. She's just using her hair with a blade on the end. It would be different if like her hair was like super strong, but she's just using a blade on it.
Yeah.
And like I see constantly like the one dude, the old dude who's a Viltrumite, stops her, grabs her, and throws her with her hair. I'm like, why even entertain that? Bro, just like grab her, snap her hair off. Oh, there goes her main weapon. You haven't seen her punch anyone in like 50,000 years. Like, who knows if she's gonna be useful after that? Why let her keep her hair? Like, he literally just ripped his own hair off at one point. It's like, you strong enough to cut, like, rip hair. Just do that. Like, it's little things like that I'm like, it's inconsistent. And it just seems like sometimes people kind of forget for the sake of it being a comic book. Like, we can't have the girl with the super long hair lose her blade weapon hair, because that's like her whole motif that makes her special. She doesn't really have anything else going for her. And we can't let the one-eyed dude lose his like die. He needs to keep his one eye. Like, that needs to be his thing and everything. And so that's my biggest hang up with like Invincible so far this season was just how I'm like, it's inconsistency in power. It also was weird to me about the whole Invincible choking out Thrag to death.
Or Conquest.
Conquest, thank you. I said Thrag. Yeah. Conquest. Because I'm like, I get the concept. It doesn't make sense how that worked though. Because like, he was out in space, like they're in space for a long time, floating around there, and never once have we ever seen him be like, "Oh, I gotta breathe." If they would have made it a thing to show Thrag that he was like the worst breather of all the Viltrumites, he's like, I gotta breathe. But like, if it was like Mark doing it in space and then taking him down to the planet and continuing to hold him while he got to breathe, and then choke him out, I'm like, this would make sense. His time limit expired and he needed help. But he goes down there to punch his brother, which I forget his brother's name for some reason right now. He goes down there to give him a good old like high five in the back of the head, and he gets stopped, right? I assume after getting punched, he's probably breathing because you're on Earth, like you can feel the breathe. So it's not like he's holding his air through space and this. I would assume he would have gotten one breath in on Earth. Or on that planet, I guess. Yeah. It would have been fine. But then, so Mark's able to just kind of choke him out in that time. It was still like freaking metal-ish crap, though, when Conquest punched through and then proceeded to like rip out his organs. And I'm just like, how is he alive? Like, this makes no freaking sense. They literally did the whole like Tropic Thunder, like put it back in. I think I can put it back in. And he's just fine. I'm like, what the freak?
Yeah.
I just, that whole episode, I kind of like, I just have to throw out my understanding and just watch and enjoy.
Yeah, so there, like, I will say this, like, next season you'll have a lot of explanation with like a lot of things that did happen this season, and that's why like I felt like the pacing was kind of like iffy, because they leave you off on not the twist that happens through half the way through the comics, and it kind of explains a lot of things. So I'm like, okay, I understand where they're going, because the twist is huge. Like it's a big thing in the comic book, and you know, it's interesting to figure it all out, and it really makes sense of why Mark is who he is and the reason why he is, and like they kind of like go into detail in the comic about it, but they didn't end I thought they would end this season with like you finding answers for all this, and why certain things are the certain way they are, and why is this person more powerful than this person. And I feel like they didn't do that. They just ended it on like Thrag, you know, coming to Earth, and like
it was a cool way to end it though. Like
it is like
the
it's
whole
not
threat, like we're gonna
overclimactic.
be here, you gonna enjoy it, other Earth people are gonna enjoy it, and you ain't gonna say
really
jack. I was like,
enjoy
yeah,
it?
that's awesome.
You know what? Which Viltrumite I think is really gonna enjoy it? The guy with the one eye. Like he looked like he already like.
I mean, I think what's going to happen is it's going to be kind of like a lovey-dovey thing that like sometimes happens in like shows or whatever, where it's like you have these hard-ass aliens in the planet, they're like, we're evil, we're bad, blah blah, and then like they go to their Earth, one of them goes to Earth and they come back, he's like, Earth changed me, they showed me what it meant to live, what it meant to be good, and they're like, you're a baby, we're gonna kill you, and then they go and then they come back, they're like, hold up, it's pretty cool down there, like
Earth pretty rad,
it's that,
man.
like, they're all the Viltrumites are going to go down there and they're going to be like, ah, Viltrumite, and then they're going to lose sight of themselves, and they're going to be like, you know what, Earth's not so bad. After a couple, like 34 years, I can see why Nolan kind of turned tail on Viltrumite. Like, this is what we missed.
What's really funny is now I can send you the memes now since you've watched it, but there is like memes out there on TikTok that I've been wanting to send you where it's like Thrag finally gets his bill from the IRS. He's like, no. And he's like, oh, Thrag finds out that he has to pay his electric bill because like they have no concept
this place
of like
is pathetic. Who loves this shit?
Yeah, so like there's a lot of them like that, but I think the next season will be like the biggest hype of the seasons because it does reveal like the twist, because I thought that's what the season was going to do, because I was like, whoa, we're getting really close. I was like, maybe, and then when they came I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna wait until next season. But if they do it right, the twist should be within the first 4 episodes, and it should lead into a really good season because there's a lot of cool stuff that happens in between there. But also too is like one of the characters that should be in this is not in this because he died like I think last season. So like Rex isn't here because Rex is in the comic book, and he's actually
Rex is in here.
No, he's dead.
No, he's in here.
No, he's dead.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Awesome. Robot changed his name to Rex. Rex is still here.
Not that Rex.
You didn't think about it, man.
Okay, maybe I don't know, maybe that's what they're going with. But the thing is I know that like, you know, because like what they left them off on is like them being stuck in that planet, or like that portal, which is, it's a really cool story that happens with him and Beast Girl through that whole thing, which I love. I really love that story. But I think
they're going to do a side episode of that, put up on Amazon.
I don't know. I think they should.
I was just joking,
they should though, because like that whole like little story I really thoroughly enjoyed through the comic. But
I mean, I find it funny that they are trying to make a portal to get to that place. I just find it funny. There's a side of that finds it funny that these aliens keep coming back to Earth and they keep dying like different ways each time. And I'm like, at what point, at what time in their society? Because like time changes differently.
Yeah,
there.
totally different.
At what point would like the leaders be like, guys, let's just not go there? What's the point of it? Like, what is the reason for going there all the time? Like, there has to be some reason. And I'm like, if it's going to be something stupid, I'll find it hilarious. But if it's just something like on the lines of just like, we're trying to conquer all universes, and this is what we do with every universe. We rinse, dry, repeat over and over again until we succeed one day. And it's like, okay.
Next season they should reveal that, like why that happens.
So it's okay. So that is a thing that they talk about.
Like what I said is next season 5 is going to be a big season. Okay. If it's exactly how the comic is, which they are, because we're only like halfway through the first compendium. Like, no, we're a little bit past the first compendium. I think we're like right at chapter 2 of the second compendium. So we got 2 more compendiums. So I'm guessing this is going to go 10 seasons. I'm guessing, or maybe more. I don't know. But the thing is what Amazon has stated is like this is their biggest animated show ever, and they're gonna keep going with it. So I'm guessing that it's getting people to still watch it, because I know there's tons of people.
I still enjoy it. Like I very much enjoy it. Like I don't find, whenever I was watching it, none of the episodes made me be like,
boys.
Ooh. Well, first off, it's anime. It's not like The Boys, because The Boys got limited a lot because they just couldn't show anything anymore because they lost budget.
They even did a boys like little small animated show.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was okay, but like it didn't go off as like it should have because it was like a side thing.
I read a thing recently where someone was talking about why certain media is better versus other medias, even though they're like based on the same thing. And they were talking specifically about like Magic the Gathering and how like the Marvel set is like relatively hated, even though like it's coming out and people are like, there's good cards, but people aren't interested in it. Versus the Final Fantasy set, which is also another universe beyond, but people were more interested in it even with the set. And like they were explaining how like if you took out the character, like the main characters of this series, what is the world that you have? In Final Fantasy, you take out the main character, you still have a fantastical world that you can explore outside of that. Mm-hmm. In the Marvel stuff, you take out the superheroes, it's just New York. It's just New York and whatnot. And then I was thinking about The Boys versus Invincible. You take out the main characters of the boys, there's the whole space aliens, other planets, now hell. Like, you can, like, there's all that stuff, right? Like, yeah, there's still, like, Chicago and all that stuff, but they're not the setting. They are just, like, Earth is a setting, not a city. And then, like, The Boys, you don't really have aliens in that universe. Maybe there are in the book or whatever, but it's just, like, normal day people with a small amount of soups, and you take out the main characters, it just becomes America. And I'm like, I wonder if that's actually a thing, why I prefer Invincible over it, because Invincible just like doesn't limit itself on we're on this planet or we're on this thing. It's like, hey, look, there's a Nolan is from space. Also, there's thousands of other like aliens out here just do random crap. Now we have some like cow-slinging cowboy guy from 100 years ago shooting his little like particle beam gun that obviously should not be allowed to be used, because he shoots that thing and that thing goes infinitely. Like, does it ever disintegrate? He just murdered like 50,000 planets in whatever direction he points it out. No one thinks about it. Like, let's not think too much about that.
Yeah, but also too is I think the differences between the boys in this is the boys, the writing for the boys, Garth Ennis is just mentally ill. I think like he's just insane. So when he wrote the boys, like I was like, okay. And then when they told me they were making TV show, I was like, really? Like this Amazon's gonna do this? But when Invincible was announced, I was like, okay, this is good. Like I would, and it's an animated show. I was like, this is exactly how it should have been. And it should be. I don't think this would be really well if it was a live action, but also it's a better story than the boys. I'll hands down give it that, because there's a lot more cool things that happen in Invincible and a lot of conflict that is different. And you also have characters that are likable in Invincible compared to the boys, where some of the characters you just can't get behind because they're just kind of, assholes in a way. So like, it is what it is. But overall, I didn't mind this season. I think it's just me, because the thing is like, I know what's about to happen and I'm super excited. And then I'm kind of upset because I have to wait. Because it is one of my favorite parts of the comic when you find out like a twist that happens in the comic. You're like, oh, wow, this is huge. It's huge. But the twist. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about this. I went and watched a kung fu movie called The Furious. It's like a new kung fu movie, and when I was at the theater, I saw this cup and I had to have it, and it was funny. And I don't know if you saw me drinking from this cup, but this is Skeletor. Yeah, it's Skeletor.
Like, breakfast burrito.
That's a pretty cool cup. You should have got me one. What the freak?
Yeah, it's even insulated and stuff. It's really nice, and it's not like 3D printed. Like, it's leather. It's like real leather and stuff.
Oh,
it's pretty sweet.
That's a little too nice. How much did that cost?
25.
Wow, that's really good. I figured something that looked like that would probably be more. Cool.
Yeah, they sold out of like the sword. They had a whole Eternia sword, and it had like a fountain, like a straw in it, so you could drink out of the sword. And then they had like Castle Grayskull, and it was a popcorn bucket with like a drink holder on it. I saw that, yeah. And then they had all the Star Wars stuff there too for Mandalorian Grogu, and they had an ATA Walker and it was a popcorn horror.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. But we went and watched The Furious, and it was a kung fu movie, so yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Cool.
So, but yeah, but past all that, but I will say this: I am excited for season 5. I think this is going to be the best season of Invincible if they do it correctly, and I'll be super happy because it is my favorite part of the comic. So, and I can't wait for you to get like the answers that you've been wanting for a while from this show, and a lot of other people want a lot of answers for the certain things, and like why are people, why are certain races certain ways, and why is this such a big problem that's going on? And I'm trying to be very vague on it.
Like, no, I got you. You don't have to go into more detail. I'm over here being like, well, this season piqued my thought. Like, wait, why is this kind of a thing? Because a lot of times you see stuff and you're like, these guys are just bad guys. That's why they do the stuff. But it's like, the more and more the show goes on, the more they show the complexity of people. And then you're like, well, they're not bad guys. They're a little different. There's something else. There's something more. And then they'll fill us in when they see fit. And when they introduced this alien guys who came back, I'm like, it's kind of funny that they do at least one of these a season, it's nice. And it's fun to see how much they advance to try and like defeat them and like stop them. And it's like, why are they doing this? Like, what is going on? And I will say that I think there may have been a hint as well, because of what the Hellspawn did at the end of that episode, where he climbs up and then he gets a telekinetic message from Satan, and he's just like, why now? Why does the thing want to come back on the surface now? Like, what are they doing up there that is making her want to come? Look into it, and he's just like, everybody back on the job. And I'm just like, I like that demon guy, man. I'll be honest, I like that demon. I don't really care for Satan. Satan was kind of like stupid to me.
Yeah.
But I think that was the intention.
Clancy Brown. It's Clancy Brown, dude. Like, Clancy Brown's just good.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's good. I also like his
Mr.
character
Krabs.
with how when he's falling. When he's falling with the mask going on. I was like, why do you do that? It's just like, mask making it hard to talk. Like, why not put like a speaker in it? It's just like, it's just, it was a funny engagement, and I was like, yeah, no, like, was this necessary? No. Was it hard to animate? No, that's why it's in there. Like, that adds some comedy, some fun into an episode, and it's very easy to animate. You just have, like, still of them falling, and then moving the lips a little bit, and then you're like, boom, done. I had no issues with this whole season. I thought it was pretty
good. Good. Yeah, so.
Alright, awesome. I think, unless you have something to add. Yeah.
No, I'm excited for season 5. Like, I've been waiting for this for a long time, and I'm super stoked.
All right. So. Well, I think that will basically be it for our episode of Bros and Shows then. Pretty good episode, pretty good season. I had fun. Next week we will be doing Daredevil Born Again season 2. I'll be honest.
Yeah, boy.
Didn't realize season 2 came out. Like, whenever you mentioned it earlier, I was like, huh. I remember that show. I forgot that show was going on. I didn't know it was releasing new episodes, but that's cool. That's something to watch for this week coming up. So next week we will do Daredevil Born Again season 2. As always, Austin, I want to thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Bros and Shows, and thank you all out there for stopping by, and thank you all so much. Tune in.